Alright, I think I got things working. There have been changes. There's an update. For the time being, it seems that no matter what I do, From the Depths is going to be kind of a oversaturated, dark, cartoony, Unity-looking game for a while. Bummer, but is what it is. The wakes are also blindingly bright. And there's really, I fooled around with settings for a while, and this is kind of the best I could come up with as far as a compromise between everything. Not much I can do. So it looks like this time we're going to be doing Mew's entry, the SteamPunk SHip Model A1. This one has been really fun to watch so far. The torpedoes have especially been very accurate, and I do like the paws that they come from. Kind of a cool look. It definitely kind of weird. What would you call it? Future tech, retro tech, something like that. Um, Very simplistic. Dig it. I also like these gun. You know, it almost looks like they have like a tank chassis body. They almost look like little tanks. But I like the seats. I like what's going on here. These are a fun little prefab that got pasted around. Are they actually? They might actually be the simple machine guns. And we've definitely seen that the main armament of this thing is, yeah, APS. Pretty chonky looking turret here. Difficult to maneuver really well with the new camera too. I'm getting used to it. I do have it, you know, toggled, but it still feels a little bit floaty and strange. Um, Definitely, I appreciate that they all kind of look like cram turrets too. The cram turrets are just a lot more fun, and I like the nice round turret caps. It's pretty fun. Look like we got some secondaries here. Are these? Yeah, okay. So these are where the crams were coming from. Look like little 3x3 stacks. Probably 3D knowing Mew. He's pretty good about doing the 3D 3x3 stacks. And it looks like we've got... Ah, okay. So we have about 3 deep of tetras here, and it looks like they're 2 metal, 1 alloy. Like that a lot. So this is functionally... It's 3 meters if you don't count the outside. It's 4 meters if you count the outside thick. But this only costs, the internals only cost 3/4 of 1 block, has half the weight of 1 metal, and 1/4 the buoyancy of 1 alloy. So that's really nice. That's a good usage. Like that a lot. All right, looks like we've got 1 meter thick keel with some proper metal blocks down the center. Always good to have a spine of solid blocks. This is probably... Oh, this is AI. Ah, interesting. I'm amazed that hasn't been sniped yet. She's I guess it is pretty far below decks, and we've got multiple layers of alloy in here. Pretty nice, clean open space. It's interesting that you chose to make your bulkheads... Ah, they're not. Okay, never mind. This bulkhead is, but that's because this is a gunwell. Yeah. Okay. And this is the derpy-ass little spy plane that has been bouncing and bobbing and just doing hilarious shit all over the place. The wonderful little ADHD magnet. I like it. It's pretty cute. I'm guessing you're using ACBs to vector your thrust on these props, and that's probably also part of why it's so hilariously... These are the eyes of a serious plane. What am I talking about? It's serious business. Never mind, forget I said anything. Alright, so it does look like we've got 5 main batteries here. Yeah, okay, the center turret's just here. I'm assuming they're probably 6 meters. Yeah, that looks like the full maximum allowed height. We've got... Okay. We've got faked interiors. Good shit. Same. Oh, I like the stairs, though. That's really nice. Nice open space in here. Yeah, I dig it. I dig that you got the doors going in where they should. Good lord, what the fuck did they do to the... Maybe that's actually just like the color of the glass that was chosen. I don't know. I didn't get a chance to look at it beforehand. Little command tower. It's nice. It's a clean look, very simple. Really appreciate the overall shape of it. It's quite nice. I really like this part here, actually. This is really cool. Where you kind of taper up and connect here, and then kind of bulge back out on the sides. It's got a really cool effect to it. Silhouette is just nice. It's just a nice little boat. I like your boat, you know. It's a pretty boat. Of course, triple smokestack. Quadruple smokestack. I'm sorry. Wow, I don't know what I was thinking. Some of the most smoky stacks that we've seen. Definitely winning on that front. Interesting. All these different buoyancy chambers and empty spaces. Oh, and you've got some torpedoes below decks, too. Well, that's all right. So it looks like you've got 3 above, 3 below. And they all kind of match up with where they hit, too. Wow. I don't know if that's a coincidence or you intended it. It's pretty sick. Been impressive the whole time through. Definitely like how kind of low in the water it is. It's just it's a cool look. The front of it really reminds me of like aircraft carrier again, but the way it tapers back in and out, back and forth is pretty fun. I'm surprised you only have 5 turrets. I was expecting some more redundancy on these from how well they've been surviving, but I guess that's just placement. And they're triples nonetheless, not doubles. So you've got a reasonable amount of firepower in here. What are they protected by? So it looks like in front of the guns, we actually switched to full blocks. Makes sense. Half, full, air gap, alloy, air gap, alloy, and then the turret itself. Does it have armor up front? Yes. Okay. Yeah, that's a good bit of armor. All right, let's see how it does against the Emperor. You can see some remains of me trying to test and get things working. Looks like Mew's craft wants to go in reverse out of the gate. And now it wants to go forward. Sure. Those do appear to be simple weapons. Very funny. I haven't gotten to watch the deck burn up. Oh. Huh. Kind of vulnerable turret necks. Oh god. The Emperor just taking up a big chunk out of the center. Appreciate that. That's nice looking. Emperor, of course, really getting its firepower shredded. These are nasty APS, as we've seen. It's like the wakes are not quite cooperating. That's just where we're at right now. Sorry, it doesn't look quite as good. We're not going to be able to trace the torpedoes quite as well. Down to 50% firepower on the Emperor already. But we've lost a little bit of firepower on the SteamPunk SHip too. Kind of amazed. Did this one's connection point stay alive? No, this one's completely dead. It does look like if I were going to pick a weakness, it would be the turret necks on this boy. But it has a lot of firepower and a lot of simple weapons for some reason. Emperor down to 43% firepower. Looks like the zero clips are all unloaded here. Those crams are going somewhere. No one knows where. We might have detection issues. As usual, the heavy fighters surviving just fine. It's just too... It's too wiggly, man. Too wiggly to hit. Does not look like the micro stuttering has been resolved. Bummer that, but I do like that we've got the 3 drives here. And they're actually direct driven by a really compact, low steam design. Ooh. It's a neat steam engine you got there. Like that. Fair few crams coming in. This has actually been extremely close. We are basically tied in firepower and health here. Looks like the Emperor's really been putting up a fight. But it's looking like its detection is kind of shot. And there's just not a lot of punch left in the crams. Oh, the plane finally going down. Oh, yeah, plop. That's a pretty cool ship to watch take damage too. Man, it sure does get chunked out, doesn't it? Big old holes end up in this sucker. So far, it looks like we are just barely ahead in health and firepower, but we are pulling farther and farther out away from the Emperor here. And the Emperor's crams just don't have any... Well, okay, 1 or 2 of the firing pieces have a little bit of punch left, but yeah, you got some nice armor in front of your guns. This is a reasonable amount of space. It's a good amount of space and it's a good amount of health. I like the compromise there. Good balance. That cram passing right through the hull. Yeah, it definitely looks like a similar situation where a lot of ships may have with these little speckled wakes. How strange. A lot of ships seem to have the capacity at the beginning of the fight to keep up with the SteamPunk ship, but as the fight goes on, it seems like we're going to be watching Mew's ship slowly pull ahead in the numbers through redundancy and just how nasty and competent it is at dealing internal damage. Really good design. That's a really solid way of doing things. Just kind of keep hitting hard for a long period of time. It means your guns are well protected, your systems are well protected. It means you built things right. So I can appreciate the hell out of that. Alright, looks like the first round is going to our steampunky boat. Oh man, it had just about sunk the Emperor. She is chewed to bits. Goodness. Oh, okay. The underwater aesthetic and everything going on here looks pretty good. I just wish the colors weren't so like simultaneously oversaturated, dark, and washed out. I don't know what the fuck they did. Okay, next up we've got the Hydra going up against the SteamPunk model ship. It'll be kind of interesting seeing it from this this perspective. I'm still really not sure why Mew's ship wants to do this like back and forth stutter step to get things going, but what can you do? It seems like it's shooting the hell out of the stink bug with its simple weapons. Why are you going so slow, buddy? Oh, wait, did you get... Oh, I think you did. Oh. Yes. Yes. ships are currently tied on firepower. I did see a shot go, yeah, through the turret cap here. I wonder, okay, probably not. But there is a possibility. Did you, Mew, oh, this one's gone, design these turret caps so that semi-penetrators would, oh, hey, that AI snipe thing happened. I mentioned that earlier. But only for the rear turrets. Alright, you have multiple different AIs for redundancy. Nice. See, the good demons possessed you, Mew. So are these turret caps of a depth where a semi-penetrator, a fairly average semi-penetrator, would hit and then go straight through without exploding or explode on the other side? Was that something you looked at? Because I know that the little dot trails for the torpedoes, I don't know. I prefer the wings. I noticed that a couple of rounds passed right through the turret caps, and I know that Sam's has some pretty nasty semi-penetrators over there. Speaking of which, the Hydra, I think, is also dead in the water. Yeah, it certainly is. Starting to sink a little, too. I'm sure big help coming from the torpedo volleys. That one looks like it just killed a gun. Interesting. Ah. Oh, dear. The Hydra really looks to be sinking, but also very out of firepower. The boat appears to be disqualifying behind us. How is it sinking? It's made of wood. Mew's doesn't sink somehow. It's made of alloy. Wait. Are you moving again? How? You just decided you want to move again, huh? Alright. Something funky's been going on with the movement routines, but it seemed to be going okay last round. Hopefully it continues to, or is, this round. I don't know if these simple weapons just both died. Ooh, I like that the recoil bounces the ship back. Very nice. Hydra kind of holding on to its firepower here in the last few minutes. Interesting. I wonder how frequently this has been happening to the rear guns. Is this? No, this is just an empty compartment. Voyant. Stone. Excellent. I love stone. I don't know what it's there for, but I like it. Maybe just a little bit of extra weight down towards the keel. Stability and what such. Well, 12% firepower now on the Hydra. We are still getting some returned fire. Saw a round just a second ago, and there it is again. Still shooting at the rear of the SteamPunk class model boat ship. Well, that ended up being fairly close. The SteamPunk ship, Mew's entry, just started pulling ahead there towards the end. Sure. Well, I don't know why that happened. Colossus in the new-ish graphics, kind of. Definitely seen this a couple of times from this perspective. Always kind of fun seeing it weather the fire like that. Oh, those torpedoes really do rip shit up. Very, very low to the waterline. This is an interesting craft. I wonder how Laser's entry is going to do if it is targeting blocks above the waterline. It's still unclear. It might be going for IR or something funky like that. Just a bunch of angry flashes from all of these simple weapons. Look at all of these things. Oh yeah, all right. They damn, they did kill the stink bug. It looks like it eventually did manage to get out of the water. I missed that. I don't know how it did. It really didn't look promising on that front. Oh man. Well, this weird new wake in the distance, the render distance mod, definitely makes it very obvious when you have holes. I suppose that's a good thing. Only 2 guns remaining on this side. There were actually more guns available on the ripped up side. That's kind of interesting. Whether or not they fired, it's hard to say, but the gauge increases were intact. Torpedoes coming in. Starting to end up. It is kind of interesting. You can really tell when you're ending up underneath the water line. Weird. Weird effect. Very weird effect. It's so hard to see ships in the distance. Kind of ruins the whole silhouette aspect. And now Mew's ship running or turning the other broadside. Strange. Very bizarre behavior. Colossus is definitely looking rough. Seems to still be moving. It is, but man, I don't think it has any functional firepower left. Oh, it does! Damn! 2 guns left somehow. What the hell? Absolutely ripped up. I don't know how this thing isn't sinking. Sam makes the most buoyant pieces of metal, I swear to God. I don't know how he does it. Next up, back up against the Fafnir. I think this one last time largely came down to the fact that Mew has more turrets. And they're slightly better defended. Mecha had a bit of a write-up on notes about their craft. Apparently, it was largely built with heavy armor in mind, which explains the really slim, sexy profile. And without the heavy armor blocks protecting the turret necks and the gun wells, she can have a bit of a rough time. Which is exactly what we saw, you know, when the guns themselves get turreted. Yeah, like that. It starts to very rapidly have an unfortunate time of things. Oh, interesting. So wait, higher... when the torpedoes have less depth, it looks like they make a proper wake in the water. Like an actual wake. Waiting to see. Waiting to see. So these boys might just be too deep. Boy, do they chunk a lot of health off when they hit. Damn sure. I'm not sure where these other wakes are popping up or why. It might be from big shells. I don't think so, though. It just feels like the game isn't sure where some things are, and it's just spawning them. Doesn't look like we're going to get another look at those torpedoes, unfortunately. Some of the particle effects are acting quite weird, too, there. Oh, here's one. Alright. Yeah, look at that. It actually has like a motion wake behind it, too. Very cool. That's very cool. Alright. That's very damn cool. And I do overall like this diffuse effect that you get from the wake at the front of the ship and everything, you know. Builders have been trying to replicate this using smoke emitters and stuff for a hot second. So, like, actually seeing it in from the depths is kind of sick. Like, that looks pretty fucking good. Looks pretty fucking good. This render distance mod is some good shit. They definitely need to sort out right now whatever shader or texture the wake is using gets ruined by bloom. I had to turn bloom off because it's just too goddamn bright. And looking at it right now, like, look at it. It's still very bright. So there are some settings that need to be made, or have changes made to them, you know. But it looks really goddamn good. When it's turning, it looks really good too. Like, look at that. Look at that. Some cool fucking shit, man. Sorry, geeking out about it, but look at this. The smoke textures, they're locked in relationship to the camera. That's something that From the Depths devs are gonna have to sort, because they're doing like a weird parallax thing right now that is very funny. Does look like the Fafnir is largely out of firepower, getting low on health. I think she's engine dead. These squares are a very real mystery. I don't know what it's detecting disturbing the surface to create them. I think all the firepower remaining are AA batteries. Man, really hollowed out this time. Holy shit, man. Oof, there's a health death. Actually, AI death. Okay, going up against the Serenade, Laser, and Kevin's craft. Starting out with a strong reverse. Very beautiful, very powerful. So, clearly, we have transmissions. Otherwise, it would not be able to do that. Good shit for using transmissions, Mew. I mean, I guess you had to because you're steering only with differential, right? Yes, sir. Serenade looks to be turning in? Yes, you can tell which direction it's going by wakes now. That's pretty cool, and From the Depths, I gotta say, guys, that's pretty fucking cool. Heavy Fighter has been brain deaded by Laser's craft. It not falling like a heavy fighter. It's kind of fun to watch it disintegrate, though. Lot of fire, lots of angry hole punches. Reporting almost all of its firepower still, so it must have been holding fire for a lot of that. It's hard to say whether Mew's is caused by zero clip or caused by... Oh, Mew is taking his turn to run now. We're going to have one of these kinds of fights, huh? From the Depths AI fights. Great. Largely keeping the guns in their firing, or in their field of fire, though. Alright, now the Serenade is out of its initial clips. You can really tell there's a lot less fire and a lot less anger coming in from it. How many guns do we have up? One. That's a full turret. That's like one firing piece on that turret. Looks like the other turrets might be disabled. Two. Okay, alright. There was like 5 or 6 total. And maybe one cram that's not dry firing. Most of the torpedoes still good to go. Laser and Kevin's craft reporting 0 firepower. You have 30 seconds to pull out of that, or else I'm going to consider your craft actually meaningfully firepower dead. I have never seen... Well, no, I have seen the 0 before. This is very interesting because I'm seeing rounds from Laser's craft on occasion. Or at least I saw one. There we go. Alright. Must have just hit a really uncomfortable ammo and firepower cycle there. Very strange. It does look like it's sinking, capsizing, having a bad go. Bonk. Mew's torpedoes are basically still all online. But for whatever reason, they've decided that they don't want to hit this ship. Okay, there's some. That's very unfortunate. They very much need to be hitting this ship. You need to make up this firepower deficit while the Serenade can't fire back on you. Or not fire... Well, firepower deficit would help. For the most part, the health deficit's the big one. $76 to $78 right now. Oh, Serenade's guns are back and able to fire. I guess enough damage was done by the torpedoes that it was able to flip over. Very weird. Or maybe it was turning out? Hard to tell sometimes. It does seem like all the APS firepower is dead on Mew's craft. So that went to Laser. Very close. Honestly, the firepower had not been able to come back to bear on Laser's craft, probably would have lost. Okay, we're fighting the SS Big Cheap next. Great initial volley from the Big Cheap. Very clear objective. It's like they are all targeting the plane for some reason. That is hilarious. Oh, got a cram hit on the plane. Got multiple cram hits on the plane. The plane is toasted. Holy shit. Oh, that'll learn you. Looks like we've also got some cram firepower being levied at my little spy plane. It is on fire. Damn, big explosions going on. I don't know if that was on the cheap or on the on Mew's SteamPunk SHip. Heavy fighter officially AI dead. Big cheap down to 68% firepower. Doing some Vanacram bullshit. Hitting some turrets. Very on fire from what I can see. Closing for some reason as well. Some torpedoes hitting the turret cap there. Oddly enough, we've kind of gotten behind it, although it does seem that we're still within the firing arc of these front turrets. Really nice firing angles on your ship, Mew. Big cheap, bigly losing the HP war here. 83 to 95. It's like we're crossing behind your ship somehow. You are... What are you... Oh no! The spy plane! The detections coming from it are probably not that good anymore. So this is interesting. You only have one super firing turret. You know, changing over to the other side might not actually be very good for my ship. Hard to say. Alright. Crazy HP lead from Mew's side here. He may just have more damage. Constant small explosions. We have been functionally in bullet time most of this fight. Another explosion. That basically nailed that torpedo launcher. Does look like some of Mew's guns finally starting to go down, but definitely going to be too late, I think. Still plenty of crams and missiles coming in. Haven't seen any APS in a minute. Having fun watching the crams come in. I definitely think the torpedoes just kind of shredded the HP on the big G. Speaking of shredded, the spy plane, very dead. Was that a... Huh. Hard to say why the torpedo was up there or where it was going. Wow. Cool match. Not that close, honestly. Pretty convincing win from the SteamPunk ship. We were just about tied in firepower at the end there, but man, 30% health is a huge lead. Next up, the Sporka. Hoping for Mew to pull a win out against this stupid thing. Lots of crams coming in, lots of explosions. Probably on the Sporka, it's hard to say. Has a fair few torpedoes. Doesn't look like it killed any guns. Ooh, some crams getting blown up in the center there. By crams, as you do. Turret cats getting nailed by crams there too. Oof. Oh, that's interesting. Wait, we saw a cram go in and blow up. I know they made changes to crams. Did they... Are crams not working? That would be so heartbreaking. Hard to say. Mew's ship taking an intermission to blow the hell out of the spy plane. I don't know why. Oh. Well, did I destroy the target prioritization card? That would be very weird. But, like, I don't know what else to call it. That was so sudden. Well, the spy plane has been absolutely shredded. It does look like some changes may have been made to crams. Have to take a look at that later. They feel as if they might somehow be even weaker than they were before when this tournament was set up. That's an unfortunate bit of news for Wesret, myself, and for Fish. Some torpedo volleys going straight through the center of Mew's craft there. Now, granted, center of Mew's craft largely paper mache. Mew has submitted an interesting, hard-pointed paper tiger. Awesome design principle. I love it. Like, the all-or-nothing armor here, I did not fail to notice. I think it's fantastic, man. Love it. And your plane is alive. Whoa! We just lost firepower on the rear guns. And the front guns? Uh-oh. We may have found receivers. Oh, yeah, there's an AI. Oh god, I did not realize the level of internal damage that was going on here. Holy shit. I don't know where the other AI is, or else I'd look for it. Try. Plates! My love! I'd try to look for it and see what happened, but I'm not sure where the secondary AI is. they should have field of fire. Doesn't look like they do. They have a wireless signal going on anymore. Shit, man. That was really close. That's a really unfortunate... I don't know if it can be called a snipe after looking at the internals, though. I guess the downside of this whole wake thing is that it's really fucking hard to tell what kind of internal damage is actually going on until you get under the waterline. But it does look like this Orca had enough staying power to chew away at guns and components, man. Oof, this is getting really close to a cut. Okay, not that close. No, we've got the whole spine of the craft left. Never mind. It just looks bad from the top. Oh, the SteamPunk SHip is AI dead. All the AI are gone. Don't shoot the plane. Just don't. Just don't. Please don't. Don't. Just don't. It is so much harder to see crams incoming. Look at this. Wow. Wow, but you can really see the cram. Oh, shit. I don't know how the plane did not just get wasted there. Yeah, it's really difficult to see in this new graphics update. Well, it does look like the fighter got completely crippled there. A lot of explosives. Yeah, you can really see the bizarre dispersion of fire going on with Fish's craft. Huh. Really struggling with accuracy. And apparently in testing, he just never ran into that problem. Not once. It did good damage, but like, just wasn't burrowing where it needed to be. Already losing half of its firepower. Middle ground here between hardpoint armor and paper tiger proving to be extremely resilient to crams in general. Another mystery square. There we go. There were some cram trails. What's going on? I don't... From the depths. Why are you like this? Why can't you ever just be normal? Why must you always be screaming in the back seat? Oh, alright. Well, oh, I don't know where that was going. I was shooting at the plane. Yep. Okay. I mean, we're very in the water right now. We're doing a great job of floating, staying up. In fact, we're bouncing even. We're just so happy to be here. To lose all of these heavy cram parts. Oh man, the shell's going right through. The fires are internal, but right next to being external, yeah. Whoa! That's a serious fire to lose that big of a chunk of deck, too. You know, I should have mentioned, Mew has plenty of crams, too, so if the crams have been kind of mucked about or aren't quite working properly in this update, that's going to hurt them as well. They've been having a fantastic showing, so... way through? Yes, they did. One torpedo survived to blow straight through the craft. Wonder where? Here? All these fires. Yep. Oh, man. The Scourge just really being ripped apart. It's pretty to watch, though. Look at all that confetti. Well, nothing made it out the other side on that one. And then largely, looking at the health, I don't think too much was lost from our SteamPunk friend. He looks to be totally fine. Oh, actually, you know what? Almost. Look at this shit. Almost. We almost got a gun dead. Aimpoint tried to make it happen, man. I do like the way the wakes look. They really just need to make it less bright and figure out why it's doing these little mystery squares. 0.4%. And she's dead. Alright, we've got another angry APS hole punch. We'll see how it does against Mew's craft. I think largely a question of aim point. Oh my god, look at all those blocks. Targeting a turret more or less directly there. Almost getting through to the center of the neck. But not quite. Not quite. Opponents look to be perfectly safe. And doing damage. Tell you what, Z71 has already lost a lot of firepower. Oh, and they have swapped to a different turret. Looks like the either the anchor block was removed in the cluster that it was aiming for previously, or oof, god, more really nice holes. But looks like the gun's just gonna survive, man. Another really close, but not quite. Mew's turret's proving to be extremely resilient. Very, very surprising, considering the materials available in the tournament. Seeing the turrets take concentrated fire like that and survive, it's just not something that we've been running into much in this tournament. Most of the time when you get a concentrated volley like that, the turret is toast. So, very impressive armor scheme, Mew. Sharp-ass turn. I guess you'd expect that from differential thrust, but still, damn. Looks like the 41 has been dead in the water for a while. I wanted to wait a minute before calling it, because I've been wrong so many times before. Oh, wow. Dead in the water and firepower dead. And about to DQ from health as well. Ooh. It has had a rough round. There it went. And now against Team Wonelli. Hopefully not too much anger immediately directed at the fighter. No, that's a lot of rounds. Okay. The Wonelli seem to be focusing all their attention on the spy plane, which we have seen in the past, unfortunately. It is going to be a difficult target to hit, given... oh, well, that was one round. But given the way it moves, it's not exactly easy to pin down. Looks like that whole volley of torpedoes might be good. Look at that! Hell yeah! Looks like only a couple of torpedoes passing by. Oh, and we've already got, yep, multiple guns dead. Another volley of torpedoes incoming. Damn. The Nellies turning into each other. You hate to see it. You do hate to see it. I can kind of see the stream of torpedoes there coming in. About half of them ending up behind. Hopefully they're able to turn before making collision with each other. But, from the depths, collision avoidance AI. Come on, guys. Don't do this. Please. Please. Turned way too late. Oh, but it does look like they just barely scraped by each other. Got a little bit of fire still coming in. One of the Nellies looking pretty healthy still. Most of its firepower intact. We do have some torpedoes coming in from the Nells. A little bit of damage. Thick armor here, though. Well, you know what? It is getting down to the last couple layers. We might start chewing away at some turret internals here. Fire's largely not doing anything there. Did we have a dead engine. How the fuck about that? Yes, sir. That is... Oh, I see. That's probably torpedo damage right there. Oh, dear. Man. Woe on Wonelli getting ripped apart right now. More torpedoes coming in from the Nells. Looking pretty good. But man. Oh, yeah. AI dead. Yup. It all comes down to Nelly. Yep. Unfortunately, all the progress that was made on this side has been lost. Two switching sides. Oh, you know, we're chipping away, making a little bit of progress. This torpedo is largely blowing up like underneath the hull, which is really interesting. Yeah. Huh. Those are some deep torpedoes. Yeah, look at that. They are almost completely underneath the hull. I never really noticed the depth that those were sent to. Nelly down to 71% firepower. Unfortunately, it is at a very large deficit in health, and most of Mew's turrets are still alive. Still alive and doing some pretty serious damage. Yeah, we've got half of one main turret left up. A lot of torpedoes still coming in. Look at that. Chewed away. Just wow. Some serious damn firepower. Nelly's staying upright though. Oh, but going AI dead. Finally, we've got the midnight light. The big belfry itself. Oh no. Really hates the plane. Something about the way it wiggles. Oh no, wait. Oh god. We have been AI sniped. We are Firepower dead minus the secondaries. Oh, that is wildly unfortunate. Very dark. Sorry, I was just looking at the aesthetics. I just wish we had a little bit more meaningful lighting. You know, I even turned up the lighting from sun. The ambient lighting and the bloom, unfortunately, somehow I know blow out the wake even more, and I've already got it set to noon for the brightest light. So hopefully, this darker aesthetic is okay. Everyone's pretty chill with it. It's not my favorite. I really liked it when I could kind of make the blocks and details a little bit easier to see. I do really like this wake, though. This is looking really good. Really unfortunate AI snipe on the midnight light. It's been fun watching Mew's ship run through the bracket. It only ended up losing 2 in pretty close encounters with the big dumb shrimp and with the Serenade from Laser and Kevin. Both felt as if they really could have gone either way. Really nasty ship, fantastic armaments, very good armor scheme. I'm a huge fan of the armor scheme. Yeah, what can I say? It's fun to watch. It was cool to finally see these little torpedo pods in action, tracking and getting all the hits from the other side. It kind of stinks that we weren't able to see the really big, really impressive, cool wakes that we had before, but, you know, maybe in future updates we'll get to play a little bit with that, huh? The dots are interesting, right? Like, it's not that bad. It's not. It's just, I liked the big streams.